Yo, 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 it's Mark and Mark's Tarot. I'm here early today because of the tropical storm Philippe is coming towards us. And Marky's on here. Hey, Bagaboo. Did you have a piece of cake for me for your birthday? Kaden ate it all? Good. That's your shit. Eat it. I love cake. I love birthday cake and I love birthday cake and all sorts of type of pastries and stuff. When it comes to like events where there's cake, I always tell people if you get married, invite me to your wedding because I want some wedding cake. Because wedding cake's expensive. See, it's nice. I want that expensive luxury cake. Yes, I love cake. All sorts of cake. Oh shit! It's too early in the morning for that type of talk, Becca. You better behave. You're naughty. You just want to be smacked in the cake, okay? Yeah, it's pretty windy here and raining every now and then. My windows are howling already, but it's not supposed to be that bad. Yeah, bright and early. Get it over and done with early. What's this shit? Why not? Earlier the better sometimes. Put my phone on charge. Of course. Fucking aggravate me. You having cake for breakfast? That's good. That's what's up. My breakfasts are different a lot of times. Every day I have something different. Yesterday I had an egg and sausage cheese sandwich because I felt like making something. Then this morning I had one of those microwavable little Jimmy Dean breakfast sandwiches, sausage, egg, and cheese on like a biscuit thingy, little small little thing. Takes like 2 minutes to heat up and then that's it. That's what I didn't feel like making anything today. I was like, fuck this. I just want something simple. I usually make my best meal for dinner because that's the best time. That's the most time I have, or the time I feel actually good or energetic. So I went outside, checked everything, see if it was all right. Took Diamond, my dog Diamond, for a walk, and I got soaked this morning going out there. And to talk, I have, there's always something, right? So I got two turtles, and I put both of the turtles in a bigger tank, and now one of them beats the shit out of the other one. So now I'm debating on putting one of them in another tank and bringing them over here. And I don't really want to do that. I'm always got to deal with everybody else's fucking problems. That's why I tell everybody, don't get no pets. Pets are fucking annoying. And if you're my age, you don't need no pets. Having a dog is bad enough. Then you got these fucking turtles. I thought by upgrading their tank and putting them in a bigger tank, they'll be better. It got worse. They got more room to beat each other now. So one of the turtles has got like this big bite mark on his neck. So I took him out of the tank yesterday and like put some stuff ointment on it. Yeah, I don't either. Like my apartment, I have to clean it every single week. And because of this damn dog. Like the Swifter pad in 1 week is full of hair. And I'm like, I can't even see the hair, but it's all over there, guaranteed. But when she gets like a bath and stuff and gets her hair, like, she gets her manicure, pedicure, like for dogs, I don't see no hair that week, like hardly anything. Yep, I can't stand it, to be honest. I never wanted this dog inside this house, inside my apartment. But when we did this renovation, then we put the pool there. And I told my sister, I said, getting a pool is a big fucking no. Because then what about the dog? What if she falls in the pool? And she fell in the pool twice. And thank God I was there. I mean, she would have been fine. She would have ended up going to because the pool's not that deep. So she would have, like, dog paddled over or swam over to the fucking steps and then got out. She ain't dumb. But, say she slips and bangs her head and knocks herself the fuck out and drowns in the pool. I'll be devastated. I wouldn't even want to swim in there no more. Yeah, the vet bills are ridiculous too. See, I had a pit bull for 14 years. And I always said, after this dog, I'm done. And then these guys got a dog, and now I'm taking care of it because that dickhead's not here. And he don't want the dog. And she loves me anyway. I don't mind having a dog, but I told my sister, after this dog, that's a wrap. I don't want no more animals, no cats, no dogs, no fucking fish. I had a big ass fish tank that I had over here. It was like 110-gallon tank. And I used to breed fish. Like I had like fish called African cichlids. And they were like, there was like a big rainbow colored fish, and they had like a black spot on them, and they grew to be huge. So I had a male and a female, and they bred, and I used to sell the babies back to the pet store. I did it for like maybe 3-4 years. Then my electricity bill was always a lot because I had a heater on for them, filters, all sorts of shit. I had another tank next to it, breeding the babies, because if I didn't take the babies out of the main tank, they would eat them. Right? So I had 3 tanks at one time. I have the pictures of them. I showed some of my nephews, but they all saw it eventually. My nephews used to all come in here. It was like a fucking aquarium. I like all that stuff. Like it's something that I've always liked. Like having like aquariums, fish, all sorts of stuff. So now we got 2 turtles, and I bought some fish to put in there. And one of the turtles is still like nicking at the other one and like bullying him. Such a pain in the ass, man. So if they don't stop, I'm gonna have to separate them, which I don't want to do because that means setting up another tank, more electricity, more bullshit. But the guy at the pet store told me that just get a bucket, and every time he like acts up, put him in the bucket and leave him in there. He can dry and he can stay. Turtles can stay out of the water for like a whole day. So I was like, I'll leave that bastard out there for a whole week. So when he goes back, he'll be like, thank God I'm privileged to be in this tank. He goes, well, that's the whole point. If you leave him out for a couple hours in a bucket with nothing, he'll feel like this is punishment. I'm not doing something right. I'm like, look, man, I'm fucking tired of this shit. I ain't got no time for this. These turtles ain't even mine, they're my nephew's, but I try to do things to make sure it works. But pets are a pain in the ass. I like having kids. That's why I ain't got none. But I'm gonna try something. I'm gonna try to oh yeah, tire went flat, great. Did you get it fixed? School's out today because school's out, so because of the storm. The storm's supposed to come this afternoon. Do you have a spare tire there? Well, the only way you can do is get a spare tire and change it. But you're gonna have to. Oh, no spare. Oh God. Oh, don't you have like mobile flat people, like people that come to your house and fix it, and they have like a truck or they have like a van? We have that here. It's called mobile fix a flat, where you call them and say, "Hey, look, I got a flat. I don't have a spare. Can you come here, take it off, fix it right in your van, and then put it back on?" Oh yeah, it's always expensive because it's convenience. Yep, it is. It's expensive. I've never had it done. A tow truck's worse. Tow truck's way more money. If the tow truck takes it to the place to get it fixed, it's even more money because these kids, you gotta pay the tow truck to take it. I paid a tow truck because my car broke down. I didn't even know. I didn't think it was the battery. If I knew, I would have changed it myself. But the way the car was acting, it was like the lights still came on. So I'm thinking the battery's fine. It's just something electronically wrong with it. So I called the tow truck. I paid $150 just for the tow truck to get it to the place. And then when I got there, they said, "Oh, it's just the battery." I'm like, "What? Fuck! I could have done that myself." It's weird. All right, cool. Just look up a place that's close to you that has the mobile fixer flat, and they can do it. They can come. Just ask them how much it's gonna cost, because you might need a whole new tire. Oh God! Give me a second. My mom's calling me. Wow. Honest to God, my dad, he's 80 years old, and he just called me to say that his satellite isn't working properly. And he says when he flicks through the channels, it's not working, like it's not showing this Portuguese stations. And I said, well, you have to punch in the actual number itself. Oh, I don't even know the number. And I said, well, how the hell am I supposed to know? I'm not watching this satellite. I don't know. I honestly don't understand. Like he's like really like, completely clueless. I don't understand it. And then he's like deaf as fuck, right? So I'm like 9, 7, and I said it in English and in Portuguese, and he's like, "Huh? What?" And I'm like, "Fuck, man." I'm saying, "Look, man, I'm busy. Go away." Oh Jesus, please help me, man. Oh my God. That I'm telling you, it's just like a never-ending story. I just don't get it. I don't know what's in the air or what's in the water or what's in this world. People are just completely like no common sense. No, nothing. I don't get it. Honestly, I feel like a fucking alien sometimes with people. Like I feel like I don't I have a brain and you don't. Like how fucking hard is it to figure out something so easy? Oh boy, I try not to get mad, but it's like, oh my God, man. It's just I don't get it. I never have any fucking problems with anything I have. Like, thank God. Like I don't have if I have a problem with my station on my computer, like I'll sort it out, I'll figure it out. My dad, no way in hell. And what it is he's got those big ass fingers, and when he goes to a control, he ends up pressing the wrong button and it ends up fucking up everything. And when I get down there, I'll touch something and I'll touch a button and redo it. If I have to tell him what to touch, he'll have no clue. He has no clue what to do. It's like talking to the wall. And he's 80 now, so it's even worse. But 20 years ago, he was the same. The same person he is today, like absolutely clueless. I don't get it. I don't get how people just don't like take the initiative to try and figure things out on their own. One thing about me, man, I always try and figure out something myself. And then if I can't do it after numerous tries, I'll just call somebody or I'll look it up or I'll check or ask. But like, it just doesn't make any sense. And I told him sometimes with the satellite, right? And I used to have it, right? Yeah, I see it. She just came outside. She just came from outside. We have a tropical storm coming our way this afternoon. So I've been taking her out. She gets like all flustered because she sees the wind and her ears go all over the place. And she's like, hell no, I don't want to be out here. Yes, this morning we went out in the rain and we got soaked, but she had to go out there and pee. And she doesn't care about getting wet from the rain. So we have this tropical storm coming our way. So yeah, I take her out when it's not that windy or raining. Right now, it's not that windy because it's not here yet. But apparently, it's coming like 4 o'clock this evening, this afternoon. I mean, hey, Blue Nile, yes, how you doing? Yeah, it is scary when it's a hurricane, but it's only a little tropical storm that's actually dying out. So, and it's like not a direct hit, but it's very close. Like the latest update is 4 p.m. today, and it's at like 50-mile-an-hour winds, but it's not that bad. It could be worse. It is pretty windy. It's now it's this is our fourth hurricane, tropical storm to come by here this year in the last 2 months. We've had 4 in a row now. It's like, leave us alone already. All the schools are closed. A lot of places of business are closed. So that's why I'm here early, because I can't do anything outside. So it's a pain in the ass. And on top of that, I got my dad calling me about the satellites not working. And I told him, I said, sometimes the weather affects the channels and the signal. Like, get over it. Go watch something else. Fuck. So hard not to get mad at people. Yes, Blue, I got it. Thank you, sweetheart. I appreciate it. You can go ahead and ask your 2 questions, sweetie. All right, Blue, now let's check. As far as him coming back to you, I feel like he would, but he knows that if he does, it's not going to be the same. It's still going to be. I mean, he knows it's not going to be better or worse. He said, he doesn't want to be in the same situation over and over and over. He knows you're not going to accept him the way he is. He thinks that his ignorance and his selfishness is not going to get him anywhere. And I think his mother is pressuring him a lot to break up with you and to go back to Italy, and that's it. But as far as answering your question, do I see him coming back? It's possible he can come back in the next 12 months, which is a year. From now until next year, it's possible, Yeah, apparently I got a mother card, So it looks like his mom or a woman is telling him, look, do what you have to do, and like encouraging him to break up with you and go. Sometimes people view you as that, but they don't have the nerve to tell you. A lot of people view me as certain things, but they won't say nothing to me to my face. I don't think he's going to come back to you unless he makes money or he has money from someone. Like if you were to pay his way, he'd come back, or he'd stay, or he'd do something different. You're saying here that he doesn't even have a job or whatever, so that makes sense. When I ask, is he coming back? It doesn't matter if I ask twice, and it tells me he'll only come back if things are different, or he'll only be with you in the future if he has money. That's it. So it's up to him to better his life. He feels like he has to better his life to be with you. So if he's going to Italy to better his life or to go to school or to get a job, he'll come back in 12 months or next year sometime and be like, okay, I'm back to normal now. I've got my money, I got this, I got that. But that's in a 12-month period. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I got a lot of money issues and like he has to spend a lot of money now because he's going back to Italy or whatever. So he's got to spend money, save money. Right. Exactly. So that's what I'm saying. He feels selfish. Like if he were to keep living off of you or keep, being the person that he is. So that makes sense. Yeah. So right now, it's saying that next year he can have his finances better and possibly come back to you. I'm not getting like a guarantee. It has to be on his like see how his life is. So it depends on money. So if he feels like he has enough money, he'll come back to you and feel like he can, support you and deal with himself and deal with his life, you know? Right. And that's what I'm saying. He doesn't want to live off of you because he thinks it's selfish. So that's why I'm getting like he won't want to be with you because he feels, probably ashamed or whatnot because he can't provide for everybody. A natural instinct for some men, not all, but natural instinct for a man when he's with a woman is to provide for him and her just in case. But a lot of women will be like, I ain't providing for you. Fuck you. You're the man. You're supposed to provide for me. And that's selfish shit. Not saying that you do that, but you know what I mean. You're saying right there, he doesn't live off of me. So because he has a poor money situation or he doesn't have his finances right, he's not going to come back. Yeah, until at least a year. So it looks like he's going to need this year and next year to get like sorted out, and it's possible he'll come back if his finances are better, which I do see is very possible. Like he might get a handout or a loan, or somebody might say, "Here, look, take this money, sort your shit out. Once you get settled, just do what you got to do." Yeah. So it looks like he's gonna get like money from someone. Maybe that's why he's going away. So when he gets out there, it looks like he'll find a job or he'll find money and somebody will like hook him up and he'll get to a point where he's okay. But he needs to like, he wants to be completely well off and completely, have his finances sorted out. So I would say there is a possibility, yes, that he'll come back and you guys will be together in the future. There's a possibility, but no guarantee because it totally depends on him. So I'm not going to say yes and no. I'm going to say it depends on him. He has to get his finances right and then he'll probably come back. I don't see like no way in hell, no, no, no. And I don't see yes, yes, yes. Yeah, it's like I said, I don't know how else I'm going to explain it, but if he gets money, which I see he will, he'll come back because he'll feel like he has provided or he has enough money to start back his life where he is now. But I feel like he's going away to build his finances, to get his finances better. So there is a 50-50 chance, yes. But it totally depends on him. See what I mean? Like if he does that, then he'll come back and probably be like, okay, I'm sorting my life out. I got money. I had a job. I got enough money. Now I can come back and, with my money and, do what I have to do. So, for instance, if he's going to school, like you said he is, I think I saw here, if he's going away to learn something or get a degree or whatever, and he's got it, once he gets his job or his papers, then he can get a job, right? Right, exactly. So this decision of you and him being together in the future depends on his finances and if he really wants to come back. Oh, well, there you go. Exactly. So that makes perfect sense. And it looks like he will get that. He will like get the job and he will get money. But I think somebody's promised him or told him, look, I'm gonna give you some money to get you started. And then once you get started, you can, take care of me later. Like I think somebody's gonna like fund him. That's the word. I think he's getting funded, even if he hasn't told you, but I think that's what it is. From what I see in the cards, that's what it looks like. Like he's being handed like some money. Yeah, that's what it looks like. From what you're saying here and what I see in the cards, that's what it looks like. Yeah. Yeah. I'll check. Yeah, it looks like a man that's gonna give him money. And that's why he's going away. But he's really fearing this, like, because he thinks that the person is like talking shit, or he feels like really nervous about going. He might not even go. Like he's thinking about it very, very strongly. Like he wants to go away, but he's like really fearing it or he's really nervous. So if he's never traveled a lot or hasn't traveled in a long time, he's probably nervous about it. Or he's probably like saying, are you sure you're gonna help me? Like, are you sure you got a place for me? Or are you sure this is happening? So right now he's mentally like drained from what he's got to do. Yeah, well, it's expensive everywhere. You don't want to come here. You definitely don't want to come to Bermuda. Bermuda is one of the most expensive places in the world right now. It's ridiculous, and the government's gonna end up losing their elections here because they're not doing anything to help. So they had votes and stuff yesterday, poll voting and stuff like that. It's ridiculous. Yeah. Yeah. And that's for like what? A one bedroom place? For a one bedroom apartment like mine, that's how much it costs here. That's how much this apartment costs. 1,800 a month. And that's not including bills. You still gotta pay electric bills, your cable, your internet, your food, all that shit. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I asked if he's gonna come back to you next year. Like at some point, it says yes because he feels brokenhearted without you, and he feels like inside you judge him, or you feel like he's not gonna, he's not good enough. Like I always get this about him. Like he's hard on himself. Like he wants to be with you, but he's like, how am I gonna do it if I have like this crazy life? And I think one of his youngest brothers are in trouble, so he's trying to help them as well. But I feel like he'll eventually come back to you. Yeah. Yeah, I get like he's very hard on himself and he doesn't know what to do. And money is a problem. And one of his youngest brothers are in trouble, or if he has like a young sister, or like there's a child or something, like he's trying to help that person with the child or something. I actually think I said that to you last time because I keep seeing that over and over. Like he's trying to help somebody. But yeah, he's very disappointed and brokenhearted. Yeah. He's very disappointed and brokenhearted about this whole situation. Yeah. Oh, right. Yeah. I forgot. Yeah. He has, the niece and the aunt. Yeah. So it looks like they're having problems, like, so he's trying to help everybody. But sometimes you got to help yourself before you help everybody. It's hard. Some people have a really good heart, but their heart gets them in trouble. Their mind's got to overcome their heart. But not everybody wants to do that, unfortunately. I'm like that too, but I had to stop. You know, I've helped a lot of people over myself, and now I'm helping myself over everybody else, and it's worked. And I've eliminated all the leeches out of my life. Now I just have the people that I just take care of. My parents, they're older, and they're a pain in the ass as well. So my parents are like, they have no motivation left in them. They're like, yeah, whatever. I'm just gonna live until I die, and my life is ruined. I have this, I have that. They never want to better their lives. Like my parents are weird like that. But I try not to talk about them like in a bad way. But like, I really wish that they would like get their act together and like do something to better themselves. But they just gave up. Like some people just don't care. They get old and they're like, yeah, fucking, I don't want to do anything. I'm just gonna rot here and die. You know. So my parents are like disappointing me with their actions and their ways. But some people that age, you can't help. You can't tell them anything. You know. Yeah, exactly. And they do cause their own problems. Yeah, but sometimes family can hurt you the worst. Everybody has family issues and people they like and don't like. Yeah, I help my parents even though they're a pain in the ass and they annoy the shit out of me a lot. I always help them because I know like how they are. Like I don't try to change a person, but I try to change their mentality and say, look, can't you see what's happening? Like, this is happening. So why don't you do this? Oh, I'm not doing that. I'm like, okay, well, as soon as they say no, I'm not doing it, then I just leave them alone. I'm like, okay, well then suffer. Not my problem. Don't complain. Don't complain to me. I'm trying to tell you how to solve your issue and solve your problem, but you don't care. So fuck it. I just give up. I give up on them. I just like, yeah, whatever. Bye. And then they call one of my other siblings and bother them. Oh, Mark's an asshole. He told me this. He tells me that. He's mad at me because I did this. And I'm not. And my sister's like, yep, I know how you feel, Mark. They said the same thing to me. And now my sisters and my brother see, like my dad and mom bother me the most. And then, I try to do things for them and then they still complain. I'm like, well, because you got to do the other half. So it's like I'm talking to the wall, man. It's so annoying. But, I love them no matter what. It's all good. Everybody tells me, Mark, I know your parents aggravate you, but when they're gone, you're going to wish they were still here. And I looked at him, I'm like, okay. I'm like, yes, of course, I know that, duh. But, I don't want them to die because they aggravate me. I just want them to learn from their lessons, like learn from their mistakes. Like, how hard is that? Like, you've been on the earth all these years. Like, what the fuck is your problem? Like, don't you see me? Like, I bettered my life. So, can you do the same? Oh, but we're older than you, so we can't. What you mean you can't? You know? Yeah, they just don't want to. It's the age. See, their age is like, yeah, fuck this. I'm not doing it. Yeah, exactly. And sometimes I do lose my temper on my parents and I tell them about themselves and I shouldn't because that's not the right thing to do. But you know what? They need to be told that. I don't go to them and say, fuck this. And I don't swear in front of them like that. I don't fuck them off. I just say, look, you guys are crazy. What the fuck is wrong with you? Like you guys are stupid. Like I told you, this is what you have to do and you still don't do it. And then when they do it and it works, they're like, oh, okay. So it's like you're like, "Arr!" You're like, I have smoke coming out of my ears and my nostrils. Like I got so frustrated. But it's cool. Like as I get older, I've learned like I can't, you know, tell ignorant people things because they don't want to learn and they're not gonna listen. So I just say, you know what? I divert the conversation or I divert myself to something else. I'll be like, yep, whatever. Cool. Bye. Yeah, exactly, Barb. All the love you give to others, you got to give to yourself. I've been preaching that forever. I've been telling people, love yourself. Do what you have to do to benefit yourself. Don't worry about everybody else. Yes, I know people need your help and you feel guilty if you don't, but sometimes you got to be selfish and say, you know what? F you, I'm not doing nothing for you, you, and you. I'm doing shit for myself now. You can go away. You'll learn. You'll get somebody else to aggravate. And that's what happened with me and my parents. They'll call my sister or they'll call my brother or they'll call my other sister because I won't do it. I'm not dealing with them like that because they drive me crazy. They really do. And when they need me for something, that's the only time they call me is when they need me. And that pisses me off too. So it's like, you know what? Nah, leave me alone. You know? Like I can write a book about what they have done and how they've treated me. And if I was a bad person and my heart was bad, I would never speak to them again. But I'm different. Like, I know they're my parents and I know they're not going to be around forever. Now they're mine. So I just like, exactly. When I needed support with my business, when I first started, my parents told me I was making the biggest mistake of my life. I've told this story like a million times. 16 years ago, I started my business and they told me that was a big mistake. And look, I'm still here and I don't have to work every day because I've established myself in the last 16 years. So now look who needs me to go fix their house and fix their shit. And I rub that in their faces all the time. I tell them, yeah, you need me to work on your house, but 16 years ago, you told me it was a big mistake. Have I come to you for money? I actually give you guys shit. But see, if I keep doing that, it's going to make me mad. Like, I know the truth, so I just move on. I just take care of them and show them, like, you are wrong. Accept the fact you are wrong and let me be who I want to be. Stop being so negative and saying, oh, it's not going to work. Like, who the fuck are you to tell me it's not going to work? Have any of you had your own business? No. Exactly. So I do. And I'm the only one in my family that has their own business. And they don't know that I do this stuff. If they did, they'd go crazy. They'd be like, I can't believe you do that shit. How the hell would you do that? Are you crazy? I'm like, yeah, of course I'm crazy. Yeah. I'd only be crazy if I was in a mental institution, which I would never be. But anybody who's my age and older knows they have parents like that, and that's how they are. They never change. Parents worry too much. You got to let your kids live and experience life. If they fuck up, they got to fix it, not you. And I told them, if I fail at my business, I will go work for somebody else, just like you guys did all your life. And I didn't fail. And if I do, I'll make sure that I fix it. I don't need you to fix my problems. You know what I'm saying? So like I have that, I've always had that issue with my parents where everything I do is a problem. I'm like, what the hell is wrong with you? Like, and now they tell me that the best thing I've ever done was not get married and not have kids because, both my brother and sister again got a divorce. And, and they have kids and, it's a different world. And I say, well, that's why I chose not to do it. You think I want a woman that has my child that takes a child away from me and treats my son or my daughter like a piece of shit or brings them up in an environment that I don't want them to bring it up? Like, are you crazy? I don't want nobody like that in my life. Hell no. That's why I never had children and got married to a woman, because the women that I deal with, they have no clue about life because they are most people in this world, right? Men and women, they let social media and they let other people tell them to use you or disrespect you or use you like a piece of paper or like a doormat. There's not too many genuine, decent people in this world. And if they are, you don't know them because they're home like me and they stay away from other people because that's how it is. Yeah, absolutely. Right. I don't tell nobody about nothing. If I'm dating somebody, nobody will know. because I don't go around telling anybody anything. It's not happening. Yeah, exactly. Being in a committed relationship, if you start to get red flags or that person starts to show you their true colors after a couple months or a year or two, then you're saying to yourself, how can I marry this person? I'm always got issues. So hell no. You think by marrying that person and you have that 2 weeks of engagement and getting engaged and being all lovey-dovey, that shit's not gonna turn back to normal, back to shit? You're damn right it is, because people don't change like that. It's very rare that somebody's gonna change for a long period of time or change their entire life and never go back. Yeah, exactly. I agree with you, Blue Nile, and that's the best thing. Because if your friends knew, it'll be over for good. Because they'll put their negative energy on you and be like, "Yeah, take that. You don't deserve no man. You don't deserve this, and you don't deserve that." Because that's what people did to me. Every time I was in a relationship, they would ruin it. The outside people would ruin my relationship, guaranteed. I never ruined my relationship, and neither did the girl I was with. People ruined it. They would go to her and say, "Oh, do you know Mark was this and that and blah," and make all these lies about me. I'm like, "Well, tell them, prove it." Oh, if they're saying it, then it's true. Okay, then bye. And then they come back running to me, telling me, "Oh, I still love you." Don't get the fuck out of here. You wanted to listen to that person, that person, that person. Go listen to them then. Go date them. Tell them go set you up with a nice person. Go ahead. And that's what happens in this world. It's true. People fucking ruin your life and your reputation. They want to because that misery loves company, like you said earlier on here. Yeah, I agree with you, Blue Nile, 100%. Yeah, not all breakups have to be messy. Love you too, Barb. It's good to see you. Like I said, I'm on here early because the tropical storm coming this way. So I can't be outside right now. So I'm just hanging out here for a little while. But I wish you a great day, and I hope everything goes well. I hear the sirens outside now. Hopefully nobody's getting hurt out there because people are stupid. They'll go in the roads and take pictures of shit and then get hurt like a bunch of idiots. No one knows how to just stay home and relax. Like you need to see waves splashing everywhere or trees falling on top of your dumb ass. Like stay home and relax. Like be like me. Like stay home and mind your own freaking business. And look at the pictures online later of shit that got fucked up. Like just stay home already. What is wrong with these people, man? That's all you can do, Blue, now is laugh. I really, honestly, I laugh at all these idiots out there in the world. They really are stupid. Like I've said on here for the past 4 years, people are stuck on stupid. They really are. Yeah, I'll be back on tonight if the storm isn't that bad and I have electricity and internet and all that stuff. I've seen it glitch here and there, so it's getting pretty windy now, but it's gonna get worse. But not that bad. It's only a little tropical storm that's like dying out, and it's from here. It's going towards New England. So hopefully, all my friends in New England will be okay. But it's dying out though. That's good. No problem, Blue Nile. Anytime. I know it's been rocky, but I just want you to remember that there's always somebody out there that has it worse. So remember, it's not the end of the world. Things happen, and if it's not happening now, it's not meant for you now. And when things do happen, you be like, okay, thank God. It's like me. Like I don't really care what happens every day. As long as I'm safe and I'm happy and I'm healthy, I'm good. I don't give a shit about anything else. Well, that's the thing. I'm sure he'll come back when he's ready, and he's like, he feels more of a man and more stable. And, a lot of men are like that. As a man, you know, I know that I would never date a woman unless I'm financially stable. Because when you love somebody and something happens to them, you want to make sure you have enough money to take care of them and yourself and your kids and whatever, bills, all that type of shit. So It's a task. Yeah, just let it go and let God deal with it, you know? Yeah, try not to allow that to happen either. When you get abusive situations, the best thing to do is get far away from that so it doesn't consume you. Thank God I never had to deal with that, but I know people who deal with that all the time. Verbal abuse, physical abuse. I'm the type of person that would beat the shit out of that person for abusing somebody else if I ever saw it with my own eyes. And thank God I haven't, because I'm not a violent person, never have been. But I would definitely put my hands on somebody if I saw somebody abusing somebody I love. I'd be like, "Who the fuck you touching? You crazy?" But what God sees and hears, what we don't, He figures it out. He makes sure everything gets dealt with. Yeah, rightfully so. But you can take yourself away. You can take yourself away from the situation. You just got to find a way. There's always a way. There's always a way out. You just have to find that way. You're welcome, sweetheart. I wish you the best always. And just remember, it's not the end of the world. We have problems and then they'll eventually go away and blessings will come in, but we have to, we have to like make our lives better. You know? Thanks, sweetheart. I appreciate that. I will. Well, that's good. You're in college away from her, so that's great. Focus on your life, your job, and your college, and get a job and get away from everybody and start a good life. I did the same thing. I moved out when I was 19, got a job, and said I'm not dealing with my parents no more because they were like too negative. Couldn't be around that house no more. Hell no, and I'll never go back. But my parents are not bad people. They were just too overprotective, like too much. Like let me live my life already. And when I did, they always talk shit. Oh, he's gonna end up being with the wrong crowd. He's gonna do drugs. He's gonna do this. Oh my god! I'm like, okay, whatever. Meanwhile, I'm here. But it's parents. Parents are like that. Parents, want the best for their children, and they think they always know best, but they don't. A lot of parents just know what they know. They've never lived the life, and you're not gonna live the same lives your parents live. We're in a whole nother generation. Yeah, exactly. Same here. Like, I live 10 minutes away from them, and my dad comes up here to watch, sports with me. We're close. Me and my parents are close, but I don't forget what they've, put me through mentally, like saying that I'm not gonna make it and saying that I'm gonna fail. Like, I don't like that shit. That's like, that's discouraging. But it comes through generations. Their parents are probably the same way. That's why I never liked my grandparents either. Like my grandma, she was a negative bitch. And that's what she did. She would always talk shit about us and say, "Oh, you're wearing this, you're doing that," and then. Like, go fuck yourself. Like, grow up. Like, the world's changed. Yeah, they trigger me a lot. My dad just triggered me on this live a couple minutes ago when I came on. He called me, and I'm like, "Of course." As soon as I go live, you want to call me. Then he's like, "Oh, my satellite don't work," and I'm like, "Because the weather's fucked up, duh." Oh, what can I do? I don't know. What fuck you want me to do? You have cable. Watch cable. Like when you have cable and satellite. Like what's wrong with you? Oh, but I want to watch satellite. Well, that's not my problem. Tell the hurricane go away. Go out there and tell it go fuck off and go in the ocean somewhere. Like what are you, dopey? Fuck, he's a nuisance, man. I love him to death, but he's like the biggest pain in the ass. He's like a little child. Oh my god, man. Telling you, it's not easy. I don't like talking like about him, but he's a fucking nuisance. Oh my god. Wait till I tell my sister later. I'm gonna tell my sister dad called and said that he can't get the satellite to work. And she's gonna be like, Well, doesn't he know that the tropical storm's on its way and the satellite isn't gonna work because it works off a signal? I'm gonna be like, look, I don't know, what do you want me to tell you? Like, you know? And my mom's in the background saying, oh, well, you got to press the numbers and see if it's this and that. And I'm like, yep, here we go. Yeah, it is. I know. I know. So a lot of people know how it is. It's all good though. I try not to let it bother me, but it does. Because like we've been through this before. Like this is not the first time this has happened. You know? It's cool. Uh, Jesus, please help me. Okay, Blue. Now take care, sweetheart. You're welcome, and thank you for coming by. Always, I appreciate you. Stay positive, stay focused on you, and everything else will happen afterwards. Just allow things to happen. You too, sweetheart. Thanks a lot. Appreciate that. I'm gonna get off of here anyway and go get some lunch. It's almost 12 o'clock here. I'm gonna go get some lunch and I'll be back later at some point in time. I'll be on here throughout the day because I can't really do too much. As long as I got like internet and power, I'll be on here periodically. I've been on here for an hour, so I'm gonna take a break now. See you all. I'll be back later.